So yes, again we were screwed over by the train systems in the UK. That morning was absolutely chaotic as we had very few options with which to travel to Glasgow, where we had reservations for that night. So finally we found a bus station. We managed to get onto a bus that was heading to Glasgow for £30 or something. The trip was actually really good. Saw a lot of the countryside, but as you can expect, the bus was chockers with people, as literally thousands of people were affected by this rail strike. So there's not any video or photos or anything that we could take while on the bus. We just enjoyed the trip and arrived in Glasgow about 3 hours later. Downtown Glasgow. Heading that way. Yeah, that's the hustle and bustle of downtown Glasgow on a Sunday. Roads closed everywhere for the marathon. Some buses are running again. Taking a chance on no rain. Taking a chance on no rain. Might be lucky. Oh, rail replacement. Back to the centre. Because I was like, everyone's doing their shopping on the mall. There's probably 3 times the people here last night. It's the Glasgow Royal Concert Hall. Sainsbury's. Shout out to Sainsbury's orange juice. Pretty good.
I wanted to like impress her.
So we're approaching the cathedral now. It's up ahead. Down the end of the street there. Traffic picking up as we leave the centre of the city. On our way to the cathedral precinct. Now it's the approach. So that must be the cathedral.
And the thing here, I don't know what that is, but it's bloody big. This here is huge. Oh, there's probably a church service on. Being Sunday and all, to explain all the cars there. But what is this one? This is freaking huge. Glasgow Royal Infirmary.
Registered nurse, must be nursing quarters.
Yeah, well, it's a hospital. But it goes, look how you can see. How far would that be? 400 metres? It's like half a ra. But it's been there a while. Castle Street, so it was a castle at some point. And there is the cathedral. We'll go over and have a squiz at that, but it looks like there's a service on. What of actually not a bad day. There's another cathedral right next to this one. And this one. What's this one? We've struck the tourist jackpot. How do we cross the street? Oh, here. There's one of these weird cross wherever you like things. We'll cross here, we'll just wait. While we're waiting to cross the street, I'll read you a little bit about the Glasgow Cathedral, which is a parish church of the Church of Scotland in Glasgow, Scotland. It is the oldest cathedral in mainland Scotland and the oldest building in Glasgow. The cathedral was the seat of the Archbishop of Glasgow and the mother church of the Archdiocese of Glasgow and the province of Glasgow until the Scottish Reformation in the 16th century. The cathedral is dedicated to St Mungo, the patron saint of Glasgow, whose tomb lies in the centre of the building's lower church. The first stone of the cathedral was dedicated in 1136 in the presence of David. Fragments of the building have been found beneath the structure of the present cathedral, which was dedicated in 1197, although much of the present cathedral dates from a major rebuilding in the 13th century. Yeah. Another dirty great church. It's a nice little avenue, isn't it? Might have to go back a bit to get a full photo. It's pretty tall. There's the infirmary again. What's this one? This stone was laid by His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, Duke of Rothesay, 1988. So this one hasn't been here that long, but it complements the bigger one. Here's Holiday Dave. There's some more stuff down the left there.
Oh, we'll go down and have a look. I just want to see who that dude was.
Who was it?
David Lewis.
Sounds like trouble, name like that. Dr. Livingston? No. Different Livingston. There's a Queen Anne maybe up there on the side of the infirmary.
Alright.
On your left here.
Yeah.
Queen Victoria. Can't read it, it's too weather affected. Let's see if we can see it. This building was erected to commemorate 63 years of the illustrious reign of Queen Victoria. Work commenced on this in the year 1905 and completed 1915. So it's 107, this building. Now we'll have a bit more of a look at this cathedral. Huge stained glass window at the front. Oh, Dave's found his friends. There's a lot of no parking. It doesn't say we can't go down there. That is freaking huge, isn't it? It goes down the hill from the front here down the hill. The hill's pretty steep too. Got some graves. Who have we got?
It's worn away.
Walter McNee.
Yeah.
Can you see a date?
1845 is it? 1848?
Yeah, to 1856, age 49.
There's
So-
one in getting out, is there?
No. Yeah, a lot of them are worn away. Skull and crossbones. That's not good. This is the place called for the burial of John Taylor and John Andrew. Don't know whether they've got skull and crossbones on them. $800 years old. There you go, it's... Yeah. Well, he's been there longer than Australia has existed as a country.
Mind the cobble.
Yeah, the cobbles are dangerous for people not used to them. So uneven. It'll roll your ankle in an instant. Is that the entrance to the church? No, that'd be the office of... But yeah, you can tell it's an old, 800 years old. That would... Yeah. I just read on the site it's 800 years old, this church. So 12th, well 14th century, I would say. Look at the infirmary, it keeps going all the way down here as well. That is huge. And that's only 150 years old. Oh, here we go. Cobbles on a 90-degree slope. Can't get through. They just didn't try, or... Here's the back side. Here's that mysterious bright thing in the sky again. Wrecking everybody's pictures and... Oh, I don't want to stand on your grave, buddy. You're walking across graves. Can't help it. Look at that. Gargoyles. For 800 years old, it certainly looks older, but it's... We're behind here. Oh yeah. There we go. Behind here's the cemetery going up the side of the hill. So a lot of people can't even read the stones down here, they're just worn away by the weather. Yeah, look at that. Hopefully the sun doesn't kill it. All the way up to the top there. You can get a gauge the weather here. Look how fast the clouds are moving. Even though it's nice, it'll probably rain later, but I'd say it's probably 12, 13 degrees. No wind. Down here anyway. It's the second side of the 1865. Duncan Mackenzie, 1888. This side's impressive too. Look at that for the side of a church. Imagine how high must the roof be in there, Jesus. Lovely. You wouldn't want to be out here on a dark night. Be careful not to walk on all the graves. Here's the other side. is a big church. So the whole ground here is just graves. Absolutely every inch is a grave of somebody that we're walking over. But people are using it as a thoroughfare, so we are too. But yeah, there's probably a service on right now. Probably a service on. One last look. I thought skull and crossbones on your grave meant you were like a pirate or something. Oh, look at this one. James Hill of Ibrox, 1520 to 1595. It's worth mentioning here that the guy in the black suit in the door was very interested in meeting us when he realised we were from Australia and invited us inside of the church, even though they were setting up internally for some, I don't know what it was, to be honest. I think it was some sort of event later that day. He was letting people in just to see the inside of the church because it was closed. So yeah, Dave had a good old talk to him for about 15 minutes, and he told us quite a bit about the church and let us have a look inside, which is the next videos. It is quite tall, isn't it? Get a photo of the stained glass behind us. Adam and Eve. Doesn't look, can't see any of that from outside, but inside it's great. we're back to walking in the Scottish back streets of Glasgow. All the good stuff's happening without the camera on. Just met an old guy in a bus stop who would have been 90, and he asked where we're from. We said Australia. He's, oh Jesus, he says, I can't imagine travelling that far, he said. But everyone's nice. Everyone's up for a chat. They all know we're not from Scotland, of course. That's the icebreaker. Well, we're heading down here to the Scottish Big Ben, I think it's going to turn out to be. Looks like the streets have opened up after this race. A lot more traffic and buses now. So the bus we want's not running all day, they've already said, so we can't get on that. Here it is, the Scottish Big Ben. Get a less bouncy shot. The time's obviously wrong. There's another bloody storm cloud behind it. Yes, traffic is definitely back to its rowdy self. Back in a bit. So we've made it to the Glasgow Big Ben, only to find that it's in the middle of a goddamn street for some reason. Don't know why. There it is. Might be lucky and ask a local why it is there, because as you can see, it's in a... So we found out later that the steeple was part of a bigger building, which you can see in this photo here on the left, and that was demolished in the 1920s to leave just the steeple. Very auspicious place. Merchant City. So maybe it's something to do with the merchant area of Glasgow. Matching clock over there. It is a very peculiar place for it. We need to find a local and say, why is that there? Go into the middle? Yeah, go into the middle. Yelling. Oh, here we go. Maybe this will tell us. But it's definitely a strange place to have a clock tower. A toll booth. You are here. Toll booth steeple. Well, there we go. So how far from home are we?
Fair way.
So why is it 9 stories tall? That's the next thing. Well, I would say that is the toll booth over there.
Well,
That's a steeple. From what though?
that'd be the toll house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it say behind there? Meerkat building. Meerkat. Oh, it's back that way, eh? Well, I can check on Google Maps.
This one here.
But we need to find a Glaswegian. Now we're in the main shopping mall of Glasgow, where most of the population is. As you can see, weather has turned. It's now blue skies and sunny. Dave's off on a mission. Oh, looks like I'm coming in there. Back soon.
Yeah, as I've mentioned before, the coffee in the bulk of the UK is terrible, save for one or two places. And where we went in this mall was one of those places. It was a tiny little cafe that had an actual barista working, actually making coffee to order, and yeah, it was really good. So I gave them a stellar Google review. So if you're stuck in Glasgow and you want a good coffee, go to Cafe Bomb Bomb.